How might nature serve?
Oh, how might nature serve? Dixie Normu, welcome to Belameth. I wonder, do you have time for a small favor? Earlier today, a young Kaldori named Calestra came to see me. She sought permission to bury her family in a barrow den. An uncommon request, but I gave her my blessing and directed her to the Barrows of Reverie. Are you a fucking moron, Malfurion? Are you so naive that you're like, okay, I already have a bad feeling about this. She looked melancholy. After she left, it struck me that it might be the last of her family still alive. She might be the last of her family still alive. If you have the time, could you check on her? Sure.
May nature.
Good thing I showed up. Thank you, Dixie Norman. No one should be left alone during times of grief. I have a deep inner sensation that there is something occurring here. God damn it. God damn it. Because of Malfurion, Tyrande, and Illidan. No one should be left alone during times of grief. I agree, Malfurion. If that's what this game turns into, I'm gonna have a fucking wild time in the next 3 expansions. Holy shit. Ugh, I gotta slow down. You never know. We gotta see what happens here. Calestra. Calestra is so preoccupied with her own thoughts, it takes her a few moments to notice you. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Do you have a moment? Sure. I gotta turn in some flight stones, apparently.
Farewell.
I've carried this weight long enough. Random stranger you just met? I've carried this weight long enough. It has finally come time to put my family to rest. Even if I never found my sister. Calestra wipes away tears and takes a deep breath. I must gather barrow stones to place at their final resting place, but I simply cannot carry that many stones. Maybe I ask too much of a stranger. But would you assist me? I know having someone beside me will make this more endurable.
May the stars guide you.
Fucking hell, dude. I've never been inside a barrow den before. My sister told me that druids do not just sleep and congregate in dens. They may also be laid to rest here. This honor is also extended to the druid's immediate family. My sister loved the idea. I hope I can give her and my family the rest that they deserve. I'm ready when you are. My family had gathered that day to celebrate my elder sister. She had just completed her training as a druid of the Talon. We lived in the village of Donalar, high in the branches of Teldrassil. We had heard war might be coming, but we never thought. We were told we had to evacuate, but there was so much chaos, so much fire. Even now, what I remember most was the smell. The path to Darnassus was cut off by the blaze. My sister instead led us east, to the edge of the crown of Teldrassil. She had a plan. She wanted us to jump from the tree. She would use her powers over wind to keep us aloft and glide down to the shore below. But something went wrong. As we drifted along, she was struck by a burning branch. It ignited her clothing and engulfed her in flames. She lost control of her magic. We all plummeted into the sea below. I was badly hurt in the fall, but I managed to survive. The rest of my family was not so lucky. Over time, I eventually recovered the remains of my parents and brother. I never found my sister. Her grave is likely at the bottom of the Veiled Sea. But sometimes I wonder if my sister might have survived the jump off Teldrassil. If anyone could survive that fall, it would be Coraleth. Coraleth was your sister? She was a primalist and a traitor! She deserved her fate! That can't be true. If you don't believe me, go to the other primalist traitors at the Twilight Watchtower. They will tell you the truth. That guy had no tact. What a twat.
Vishnu Allah.
Say that Coraleth was a primalist. Say that Coraleth was a primalist and she fell in battle. Say that Coraleth was a primalist and you killed her in battle. Say you don't know anything. Where did I fight Coraleth?
Good luck, friend.
What is she from? I can't remember. Let me go to the tower and just listen. If I go to the tower, won't they say? Isn't that kind of what it's suggesting? Primalist traders at the Twilight Watchtower. They will tell you the truth. You need to tell her first? Okay. It's gonna be part of the quest then. I thought maybe it was like something you can go do by yourself if you want to.
I'm listening.
Is it my place to tell her? I don't know anything.
Be careful.
Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass.
Hello.
Balestra takes a deep breath and tries to calm herself. Coraleth, what have you done? Why? I must find out why.
Farewell.
I must speak with the Primalists. I don't understand why she would turn her back on us. Coraleth saved my life at Teldrassil. I owe it to her to find out the truth. Dixie Noru, I realize this might be awkward, but will you help me? I can no longer bear this alone.
May the stars guide you.
That druid said the other Primalists are at the Twilight Watchtower. I will meet you there. We're about to find out. This is so important. The philosophy behind why the sibling chose to be a primalist, I think, is so important here. And her discovering the truth is so important for her own growth and acceptance of what happened. This is really important for this character, and I think it's reflecting a different relationship. Again. I could be wrong. Very well. You have my permission to speak with them. Malathra Nighthelm. I've been charged with watching over these former Primalists as they repent for their crimes. Ask what has become of the Primalists after the war. The Primalists suffered heavy losses during Razageth's initial campaign, and even more casualties during Farok's assault on Emirdrassil. Biranoth's defection was another major blow to their numbers, causing many Primalists to switch sides. Those who remained were either captured as prisoners of war or scattered to the winds after Farok's defeat. Malathra Nighthelm pauses in contemplation. The Primalists are defeated but not destroyed. They will go into hiding once again, and bide their time until called upon. And do not forget. Do not forget. There is still one incarnate out there to call upon. To call upon them. Yeah, obviously Eridicron.
Elun Adore.
Thank you for coming.
Ashafela.
The Warden Malathra has granted us permission to speak with the Primalists. They might have switched sides, but the Wardens are keeping a close eye on them. Celestra begins to look distressed. I'm going to talk to the Warden more. Could you handle the Primalists? All of this about Coraleth is just happening so suddenly. I feel we should gather as much information as we can.
Good luck, friend.
The Primalists can be found scattered about, tending to the flora with their storm powers. What am I doing? Oh, she's up here. Oh, my map is just really zoomed out. It looked like she was really close. Eraria Gale Singer. Eraria. Tell me what you know about Coraleth. Coraleth is one of the most powerful storm shaman amongst the Primalists. She leveraged her training as a druid of the Talon to master the elements more quickly and more fully than others. It was also why she was chosen to lead the initial assault on the Emerald Dream. As a former druid, she knew more about the dream and its weaknesses than anyone else. Ah, right. I missed that subtlety. I heard she lost her entire family there. So she thinks her sister's dead. They both thought each other were dead. I'm just trying to repair the damage my actions have caused. What do you want? Tell me what you know about Corleth. I don't know much about her. I steered clear of Corleth as much as possible. She hated the Horde and was exceptionally hard on any Horde races within the Primalist ranks. I heard she joined the Primalists after the Alliance signed the Armistice. She had sworn vengeance on the Horde for Teldrassil. And if the Alliance would not destroy the Horde, then she would find someone else who would. No matter the cost. A lot of thematic of being consumed by your desire for vengeance. Even though it comes from a place of love and loss and sorrow, it drives you to terrible things. If I had only known earlier what Farak was planning. Tell me what you know about Corleth. I switched sides after I learned our true target in the dream was a new world tree. I don't know for sure if Corleth knew the truth, but I believe it was kept from her. I cannot imagine she would willingly be a part of an assault on Amir Drasil. If she had survived, she might even be standing with us here today.
I am listening.
What were you able to find? Calestra listens as you explain what you learned. I can understand why my sister would want nothing more than the Horde destroyed. I and many others felt the same way for a time. And Corleth always had a single-minded focus in getting what she wanted. But I also believe that had she known about Amir Drasil, she would have defected immediately.
Farewell.
After speaking with the Warden, I learned the Battle of the Barrier where my sister fell took place east of here, on the shores of the Onaran Plains. I understand her body was washed out to sea and never recovered. It's possible the tide brought her remains back to the shore at some point. Oh, for Christ's sake. Will you help me look for her? Each member of my family has a necklace with this distinct design. It will identify Corleth's body. I would like to lay her to rest with the family she loved.
Asha Fela.
We can cover more ground if we split up. If you find her, signal me. Bones of a bygone battle. Each member of my family has a necklace with this distinct design. Did we loot it? Didn't we find a necklace on a beach just like junk? It was lootable? It also kind of reminds me of the fragments of the necklace that each of the Windrunner sisters had. This quest is brand new. Sorry, I vendored the memory of your sister. Sorry about that. Inspect the first set of remains. Troll. These bones have been bleached by the sun for some time. Investigate the remains. These bones clearly belong to a troll, not a night elf. I want you guys to I want you guys to notice how this skeleton looks. Because if I see a Night Elf skeleton and a Troll skeleton, and the only fucking difference between them... I mean, they're already alleged to have evolved from them. So, we're looking at feet, we're looking at tusks, primarily. Spine is also important, too. That's interesting. Interesting tail. Yeah. Exactly what I was thinking. Very large tailbone. Very large. Right? Fucking huge. I mean, trolls got a big old butt. They're quite larger. Yeah, they're very large. Jaredin are also huge, too. Vrykul are also bigger than humans. You know what I mean? It seems like some of these ancient races were maybe larger. Bigger. Trolls are, excuse me, packing dumpers. Night elves have flat asses and trolls have dumpers. Always gotta keep a little junk in your trunk, man. Meanwhile, I got night elves. Like, prim and straight as a board. Shara wasn't, though, let me tell you what. What's that, a gnome? Oh, it's one of those, what are they called? It's a fucking, I have one. What are they called? Those little fox things. What the fuck are those called? A Vulpera. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. Investigate the remains. Stormbound Revenant. Much shorter in stature than a night elf, likely a Vulpera, goblin, or a gnome. Well, it's definitely a Vulpera. Am I excited for Scale Commander? I mean, I'm more excited for fucking Herald of the Sun. Pretty cool. Why are they all guarded by the elements, though? Well, if they're if they're primalists, maybe the elements are, they're like the revenant of something that was once bound to the primalist or something. I don't know. There's always mad elements. Stormbound? I don't know. It's a revenant though, which is interesting. The word revenant it carries a pretty specific meaning, I think, in terms of like undead and stuff. Well, that looks pretty, that looks like a human to me. You find a necklace half buried in the sand. Oh. It has the same distinct markings as Calestra's necklace. It's a night elf. How can you tell? The feet are huge. Yeah, they do have big feet. And they also have that thing. But they don't have the tusks. They do have big ass feet. Did you find her? I think. How do we know? But what, didn't the whole family have this? How do we know that it's... We're for sure? Why would it be anyone else's? Right?
Ishnu Allah.
Corless necklace. Okay. Is this the necklace you found?
Be careful.
Okay. Oh, Corleth. Calestra looks at the remains and weeps softly.
May the stars guide you.
All that is left to do is to gather my sister's remains and bring them to the Barrow's Den. Meet me there. I could use a friend.
Asha fell out.
Well, that's fucking sad. Sister, you'll be reunited with our family soon. This is fucking sad, bro. You will not desecrate this den with that traitor's filth! Let's keep calm now. Oh boy, here we go.
I'm listening.
Coraleth was a primalist and a traitor! To bury her here at Amirdrasil would spit in the face of all those who lost their lives defending against her madness. We all felt the pain of Teldrassil and still bear the scars today on our hearts. That does not excuse Coraleth's actions or her betrayal. She made her choices and she must accept the consequences. Jeez.
Farewell.
This is a difficult situation. I did not realize that Calestra's sister was Coraleth. I know a known primalist and traitor. Coraleth was an enemy, and yet there is evidence to suggest she might have switched sides later in the war, as many others did. But does that possibly exonerate her sins? Malfurion furrows his brow in thought.
Nature stands with you.
What brings you here?
Calestra is on the verge of tears. They refuse to let me in. After all we have done, they deny my sister peace.
May the stars guide you.
This druid is trying to convince Malfurion not to let me bury my sister here with the rest of my family. He won't even let me get a word in. Calestra tightly clutches the straps of her backpack holding her sister's remains. I know I've asked a lot of you already. Could you talk to them? Perhaps they might listen to you.
Greetings, friend.
This is a difficult situation. I did not realize that Calestra's sister was Coraleth. Right, okay. Try to persuade Malfurion that Coraleth should be allowed to rest within the Barrow Den. Try to persuade Malfurion that Coraleth was a traitor and does not deserve to rest here. Don't try to persuade Malfurion either way, and let him make his own decision. This will determine where Coraleth's remains are laid to rest. Are you sure you wish to select this option?
May the winds be at your back.
Calestra, your sister Coraleth fought for the Primalists, and her actions caused pain and sorrow for us and our allies. However, she did not escape the consequences of those boughs of a new world tree, under the boughs of a new world tree. Oh my god, the dialogue's too quick. They need to work on the pacing. However, she did not escape the consequences of those actions. She paid for them with her life. Coraleth could not find peace in life, but perhaps under the boughs of a new world tree, she may find some eternal rest. Calestra, you may bury your sister with the rest of your family. Thank you. Both of you. You've given me the peace I thought I would never have. My brother died fighting Coraleth. Where is his peace? Where is his justice? Dixie Norman, when you have a moment, please come see me at my family's resting place. If you choose to let Malfurion decide for himself, he lets her be buried in the barrow as well. I just felt like if it was really me standing there, I would probably try to convince him to let him do it. But maybe not. It is Malfurion Stormrage. Where is his peace? Where is his justice? Is that not this place? And what stands for the remembrance of someone like Coraleth? Nothing. Those who were conflicted and lost themselves to the conflict. For their lapse in judgment, they get nothing. I can see both sides. Yep, there'll always be someone whose heart is broken. Exactly. It's kind of the tough situation here, and I think it's... For someone like Rashawn Stillbrook, I think that... I don't know. I like to think that there is a different way to find peace with that situation. I don't think that denying other people their peace is how you should find your own. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird take. But I think that holding grudges and hatreds is just going to cause more suffering. You know? I think you got to look within and try to make peace with what's happened. You're not going to be able to bring them back. You know?
How may I aid you?
That was no easy decision to make, but I believe it was the correct one. Thank you for assisting Calastra in this matter. Calastra, despite the circumstances, let us hope that finding her sister may give her some measure of closure.
Satchel of Stormborn Seeds. A storm's power can be wielded for creation, as well as destruction. Renewal gave us a new world tree. Vengeance would not have done so. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Or they could just hop over to the Shadowlands and ask the dead what what they would like you to do. That's cheating.
Nature stands with you.
A storm's power can be wielded for creation, as well as destruction. Not going to the Shadowlands to ask shows that they, the NPCs, want to leave it behind too, as a mistake that they may have caused the mortals unknown problems that yet need to be solved. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they who pass on probably can develop the wisdom to know, like, the whole concept of the Shadowlands and being able to go there and, like, talk to the dead is, like, really weird and not probably how it should work at all. Like, part of how things are supposed to work, in my opinion, is accepting loss. Accepting it. That it's inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen. And, like, I think that death is the ultimate form of, like, mortal loss, you know what I mean? So this concept that, like, you can just go there and talk or whatever is, like, it's always been one that's strange to me. It seems like a denial of kind of the point. You know? It's the mortality that teaches you lessons and gives you wisdom and that's the beauty in it. You know, denying the mortality is really like taking away part of what makes it all so meaningful. Inability to let go of the past, right. And you also can't just take a fucking cab to the Shadowlands. It's not like something that someone in Stormwind is just gonna, you know, the average citizen is just gonna be like, I think I'm gonna go check out Oribos today, you know? Inability to let go of the present as well.
I am listening.
Thank you for all that you have done for me. I do not dispute what Coraleth did, or the harm that she caused. But I never knew Coraleth the Primalist. I knew Coraleth the Druid, who dedicated her life to the balance and harmony of nature. I knew Coraleth the Kaldori, who would have given her her life to protect Teldrassil and its people. I knew Coraleth, my sister, who would take me to the docks of Ruttheran village as a child to watch the ships sail by, and on the way home buy a basket of tundra berries for me to munch on. That is the Coraleth I will remember.
Farewell.
Side quests are better than the main ones? Sometimes that's true, yeah. It's like a thing in video games. I like that a lot, yeah. I like that quest a lot.